The Unistrut continuous slot metal framing system is the result of over a half a century of experience in metal framing. This complete line includes channels, fittings, and accessories for any framing or support solution, large or small, heavy or light. In this training module, you'll learn the basic components of a metal framing system, and you'll see how easily they can be installed. You'll understand the role of metal framing in various applications. You'll learn about the advantages of Unistrut metal framing systems. And we'll look at an installation of a standard use structure using metal framing components. You'll control the pace of this module by using the navigation buttons at the bottom. At the end of the module, there will be a short quiz to test your comprehension of the material. Additionally, Unistrut provides you with a wealth of resources backed by our worldwide network of engineers, distribution centers, and sales teams that are available to answer any questions about metal framing products. The metal framing system can be regarded as a basic building material. Metal framing systems are sometimes referred to as the erector sets of industry because channels and fittings are used in such a wide range of applications. 7 basic components and 1 tool provide thousands of combinations of electrical raceway and support structures. Components include channel, fittings, channel nuts, bolts, beam clamps, pipe clamps, threaded rod, and just 1 tool, a wrench. Click each of the tabs here to learn more about each component. Channels are typically 10 to 20 foot length pieces of U-shaped steel. Aluminum and fiberglass are the framework for metal framing systems. They are available in various depths, gauges, and finishes that withstand various environments. These provide the support for cross-member sections, or for fittings that hold various pipes and tubes. Fittings come in many shapes and sizes and are used to connect the channel pieces together, allowing the channel to mount in different directions and to create different structures. Channel nuts attach within the strut channel and also provide clamping or holding support for bolts on fittings. They are cold formed with 2 grooves, each with 6 sharp teeth, and then case hardened. These sharp, hardened teeth bite into the inturned edges of the channel, forming a strong, vise-like connection, giving greater strength and resistance to slippage. Bolts and fasteners are the hardware used to attach the fittings and nuts to the channel. Beam clamps are used to provide structural support to beams to support strut channels. Pipe clamps are designed for the support of electrical and mechanical services. Fully threaded rods of various lengths and sizes extend the ceiling to a usable height for hanging strut and lighting fixtures. Metal framing has the advantage of being infinitely adjustable and allows for precise positioning. Conduit can be placed exactly where you want it without being constrained by such things as fixed hole locations. It also meets and exceeds building all existing electrical building codes and standards. The Unistrut General Engineering Catalog can be used as a reference to help determine load capabilities. Metal framing applications can be divided into several categories: electrical, non-electrical, mechanical, pipe valves, fittings, industrial HVAC, and specialized. Click each of the tabs here for more information. Metal framing is often used to support electrical conduit, cable trays, panel boxes, and other associated equipment. It also serves as raceway for wiring and can provide support for lighting systems, such as fluorescent fixtures. Metal framing provides support for conveyors, tools, and general industrial structures. It's also used to support fire protection systems, HVAC systems, and plumbing systems. It can also be used for OEM applications such as shelving structures. Finally, metal framing is widely used in specialized applications such as solar panel mountings, X-ray machine mountings, lab mounting structures, and seismic bracing systems. There are numerous advantages to using Unistrut metal framing. Let's start with its versatility. The materials the products are made of, The finishes available and the wide range of fittings makes Unistrut ideal for use in many applications. Unistrut offers an endless array of fittings to meet all of your application requirements. These fittings provide you the freedom to work at virtually any angle along any surface to shape a support system that meets your exacting needs. Channel can be attached to almost any surface, embedded in concrete or suspended. Seismic bracing is also able to reinforce and brace electrical and mechanical support systems during an earthquake or heavy industrial vibrations. Metal framing components are manufactured from steel, stainless steel, aluminum, and fiberglass. A variety of finishes allows metal framing to be used in virtually any exterior or interior environment. There are 4 types of zinc coatings available: electrogalvanized, pre-galvanized, hot-dipped galvanized, and yellow dichromate. A zinc coating offers 2 types of protection. It serves as a barrier to protect the steel substrate from direct contact with the environment, and it protects scratches and cut edges through an anodic sacrificial process. The service life of zinc coating is related directly to the thickness. Hot-dipped galvanized finishes offers the greatest protection and are ideal for harsh outdoor environments, such as power stations. Pre-galvanized finishes are generally used for everyday building construction.
The SuperStrut Gold Gal finish is a 12-step post-fabrication electro-galvanizing zinc and trivalent chromate coating process. A yellow trivalent conversion coat is applied over 0.5 mils of zinc, producing a cohesive molecular bond between the steel and zinc. This strong, abrasion-resistant superior finish locks out moisture and air that causes corrosion. There are many types of finishes and production processes used on metal. This ASTM salt spray test on gold galv and silver galv determines the corrosion resistance of metal and the corrosion protection finish on the metal. You can see from these results that gold galv's salt spray resistance is 2.5 times longer than PG. Gold galv and silver galv are UV stable and will not form white rust. They also have a strong abrasion resistance, so they won't chip or peel like paint. Because the plating occurs after the slots are punched and cut to length, no bare metal is exposed. In addition, a sacrificial zinc process protects the metal after cutting. Gold galv and silver galv feature a clean, paintable surface. There is no oil or grime, so there's no need to prime or use special paint. It's a uniform finish. Struts and fittings also feature the same finish.
Metal framing gives you all the strength of welded components, but unlike welds, these can be disassembled and reused. And with Unistrut metal framing, you are using a trusted brand that is backed by application and design support. Metal framing is an economical choice because it eliminates the need for expensive welding. It can also be assembled quickly with minimal training, reducing labor costs and increasing savings. To demonstrate the Unistrut metal framing system, we'll assemble a 7-foot by 8-foot metal structure that demonstrates a few of the more common applications, including storage racks, pipe and conduit supports, pipe rollers, cable tray, and cable clamps. With very little training, workers can assemble this entire structure in about an hour. Here's how we do it. To build a storage rack, begin by laying out an end stanchion on the floor. Place 2 7-foot lengths of channel 2 feet apart with the channel slots facing each other. These are the uprights. Beginning at the top of the uprights, place 4 1-foot 9-inch lengths of channel every 2 feet with the slots facing down. These are the cross members of the stanchion. Be sure to leave a 1 5/8 inch space between each of the cross members and the uprights. This will give you a place to insert the stringers later in the assembly. It's a good idea to keep a piece of scrap channel as a spacer to maintain a consistent space between the stringers. To complete the layout, position gusseted angle fittings under both the top and bottom cross members. Gusseted fittings provide exceptional stability. Position angle fittings under the 2 middle cross members. Be sure to place the single hole angle against the uprights. You can now see the shape of the first stanchion. Holding the stanchion members together is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Just insert a clamping nut in the channel slot opposite the hole in each fitting. Place a bolt through the hole in the fitting. Engage the threads of the clamping nut and tighten. When all uprights, cross members, and fittings have been securely bolted together and checked for accuracy, the first stanchion can be used as a template for the remaining stanchions. This makes the process of building the 2 remaining stanchions move more quickly and ensures consistent dimensions. Now, stand the completed stanchions in their upright position and insert 8 8-foot lengths of channel slot down the spaces provided for the stringers. Using clamping nuts and bolts, connect the stringers to the stanchions. To anchor the uprights to the floor, attach post bases to column members. Next, attach a double 45-degree angle connector to the top portion of the center stanchion. Connect 2 5-foot 2 3/4 inch lengths of channel to this connector. These are the braces. Attach the braces to the lower portion of the end stanchions with swivel plates. Slide in the plywood and the storage rack is complete. Slide the plywood out and you'll have a frame that is ready-made to support pipe, conduit, cable, or cable tray. To install pipe, simply position pipe on the channel support and insert the 2 halves of the pipe clamp. The tabs of the clamp hook easily to the intern edges of the channel and can be inserted anywhere along the channel. Now, simply insert the clamp bolt through the holes on the top of the clamp and tighten with the nut provided. You will note that the curved straps of the clamp conform to the outside diameter of the pipe for a snug fit. The process for installing conduit is exactly the same. Pipe rollers can be used where conditions cause pipe expansion or contraction. They are positioned on the channel and are quickly secured with a nut and bolt. To support individual cables, simply position the cable along the channel support and clamp with porcelain insulator clamps. To support multiple power and signal cables, position a cable tray on the horizontal member of the stanchion and clamp with a suitable clamping device. It's that easy and should only take about an hour to assemble and install all of these components. Unistrut's simple but ingenious system of components can be assembled in an unlimited number of configurations for an unlimited number of applications. Unistrut, limited only by your imagination. You have reached the end of this module. You should now be able to do the following. Explain in depth the basic components of a metal framing system and the ease of installation. Explain the role of metal framing in various applications. And explain some of the advantages of using Unistrut metal framing systems.
Steel framing has a number of advantages over other construction techniques. First, it offers superior strength compared to its weight, which allows for very tall or complex buildings to be safely constructed. Because steel is produced by machine, it offers a consistency that cannot be found with wood-framed buildings. This often results in smoother and more even walls, as well as fewer structural failures. Finally, steel framing is not susceptible to the mold, rot, and insect problems that plague wood-framed buildings. When selecting a metal framing product, you must know the load requirements, including the support span and weight, depth, gauge of material, hole pattern, length, finish, and atmosphere. Click the Selection Chart button to see an example of a single-channel selection chart. Select a gauge according to the thickness of the metal and according to the load rating. You must also know the configuration. Try this matching game. Match the configuration to the proper abbreviation. Welded combinations are multiple channels that are combined for a specific application. For example, welded combinations can include back-to-back, side-to-side, back-to-side, and other combinations.